Get your life back. It's real. Get your life back. Get your life back.
Hey, greetings everybody, wonderfully made people. I am Cheryl White Howard. I am a life purpose coach, a pastoral counselor, author, and empowerment speaker. Welcome to my broadcast for those of you who are new. Today I want to talk about a passionate topic. This is something that we talk about in my Single Woman of Purpose groups. I want to talk about sister girlfriend relationships, also known as BFFs, best friends forever. There's something special about when women come together, when healed women come together. And I want to talk about what's good about having those good girlfriends that are like sisters to us. And friends in general. And so this is more for the women, but men can always learn from this because you have those BFFs too, those guys who are like brothers to you. You go through thick and thin together. Good sister girlfriends who are healed, whole, or somewhat broken, but able to still connect on some level. And those are the things I want to talk about because, you know, we have different plights in our life. Some of us, we've been through a lot. Some of us are healed from past things. Some of us are not. And a lot of those things that we battle with from our past affect our relationships. Sometimes we heal each other, but we have to be careful not to inflict or project pain on each other. And that's really what I want to talk about too, because we do that and it blocks the relationships sometimes that we have. And a lot of times I hear other women, you know, I coach and I do counseling, even as a mental health professional, and a lot of things that prevent women from really connecting because of the issues they have from maybe childhood trauma, things that they have gone through, and it just puts up these blocks where they're not able to really connect. You know, the good thing about girlfriends is there's a familiarity. We're relatable to each other's experiences, and we know we emotional beings. Men have emotions too. Good girlfriends allow each other to cry, to vent, to snot, that kind of crying, to fall out. You know, we have that space, and I know a lot of men say that's something that they really don't have a lot of in the, you know, male groups and friendships. We learn to be transparent with each other, even if we don't agree, and have a way of building each other up. And that's when we still have a ability to connect with each other. But sometimes some of us are so hurt and in pain, we can't really do that neither. But we learn to connect each other, correct each other in love, and tell each other the truth. And that's something we still battle with. And the key to that is timing, love, and having empathy for each other. Understanding each other, learning how to put ourselves in our sister's shoes and our girlfriend's shoes, and understanding their plight and why they think the way they do. And one of the major topics of discussion for my Single Woman of Purpose conference that I have coming up, prayerfully 2019, I'm working on it now. I want to just really travel with this whole empowerment workshop for Single Women of Purpose, is sisterhood, healthy relationships. Being balanced and harmonious. There's something about when we work in harmony, when we embrace each other's uniqueness and giftings and callings and everything. There's a harmony because we complement each other, learn how to support each other, but keep each other accountable at the same time. You know, and the reason why I brought up earlier about being healed, when we at least healed from things, we can embrace our sister. We can embrace it. When I say sister, I'm referring to girlfriends, but sisters can be your girlfriend too. We're able to embrace each other's uniqueness. Some of us are not used to accountability. We just didn't have that growing up. We didn't have that. Maybe you didn't have that in your community, in your groups. So you never learn how to really trust and depend and rely on somebody. Trust somebody with your information, your personal information, your issues, because there was always somebody maybe who what we call stab in the back, or somebody that you open up to and they told everybody on the block. You know, good girlfriends teach each other, just like in a marital relationship where husband and wife, I believe, should complement each other. They should use each other's strengths to help each other and come together. And that's what I mean by being harmonious. Like, help a sister out. Let's learn how to help each other out. It's so important for us to grow together, for us to network among ourselves, helping one another. You know, it really does take a village, even to help you accomplish something that you're going after in life, your journey of knowing what your purpose is, and then actually living it, understanding that you need somebody else on your side. So we have to get rid of no competition, the competition spirit that a lot of us deal with when we are healed emotionally and psychologically, and not battling so much with these heavy things or with identity crisis or existential issues, meaning, you're not knowing who you are. A lot of problems or issues come with the relationship is because we don't really know who we are ourselves. And that there comes the competition. There comes the jealousy and the envy and the strife. We can truly appreciate and celebrate our own skills, experiences, gifts, uniqueness, talent, knowledge, and wisdom when we find out who we are, embrace that first, and then we can celebrate our girlfriend. We can celebrate. So my question to you, sister, are you a good girlfriend? And really, all of what I said does not mean that we are going to respond or act 100% all of the time great in a relationship. But relationship requires us, a good relationship really requires us to make at least the effort to be better, to do better. When I love myself, then I can love you better. I make efforts to maybe become more of an inconvenience. See, when you have a lot of trauma and a lot of personal issues that you haven't dealt with, you're not able to lend yourself to your girlfriend. You don't want to inconvenience yourself. You don't want to take a time out. You don't want to sacrifice things. And a real relationship incorporate it's sacrifice. Sometimes you sacrifice yourself and inconvenience your time or something you're doing to help a sister out. This is where connecting, sacrifice, and inconveniencing ourselves can be difficult because we haven't dealt with those things. And so I just have a passion for us to get past that. We won't have those catty issues. We won't have that spirit of competition, and I just have a passion for you to be healed and walk in your greatness and own it, so we won't have all these problems when we hit each other's walls and guards and barriers that we have up, or even feelings of numbness from past traumas and past experience that we have in our lives, and understanding that we all have some issues in our lives. And imagine a community of us healing each other. Maybe the distrust and sexual violations and other forms of abuse that we've gone through. Also, some of us experience neglect, bullying. We have attachment issues. We experienced abandonment, and some of us dealt with favoritism. I mean, the list goes on. And I'm sure somebody listening to this can really identify with some of the things that I've mentioned. But anyway, I just think it's important to start the conversations of healing, listening. I really like to do this more because when I work with people, even working with couples, I can see the disconnect. I can see the past trauma. And sometimes they don't see it. They get in a state of blaming each other and not really correlating what they've gone through and experiences to the issues and behaviors that they're having now, that they're displaying now with their loved one. And so it's very important that we become aware of these things and deal with them. I mean, you don't want to live the rest of your life having these dysfunctional relationships, even within yourself. At some point, you have to get tired of being sick and tired and say, you know what? The one thing I always tell my clients, when you've learned to do that and walk in your healing, you get to open up a whole new world you haven't experienced before. Relationships, good relationships. And I know sometimes it's a struggle because I've worked with women who said because they never had that, like I said, you hit their wall and their barrier. So when they meet other women who are openly, lovingly, and want to love on them and hug them, there's this guard that goes up. Because one person I heard said before, she's never had good relationships even with a mom or sisters or friends, because there was always somebody who betrayed her, people in her life who seemed to be fake, and she trusted in them, and it turned out to be bad. So now she has a hard time embracing other females. And so it affects your female relationships. Not knowing, if she can trust them to any kind of degree, or waiting for the bottom to fall out. Like, okay, I don't know how long this sister gonna be here, so I'm just gonna keep this little guard. I'm gonna put a little space between us because I have to protect myself. And there are cases when you have to protect yourself. But when you walk around with a guard, you block out good people that God even sends you to put in your life to help you in that healing process. So sisters, we gotta talk about these things. I don't want you sitting there in your open wounds by yourself. One thing I talked about recently was about sometimes the lack of social skills or socialization, because you might have been in such a traumatic state growing up or going through so many things. You've closed yourself off from the world, and so you're not out engaging with other people. So you'll forever sit in that mess. I have a chapter in my book called You Were in the Mess, but the mess didn't mess you up. That's in my book, Let Me Out. And I think the book is awesome because it touches on a lot of things about finding out who you are, that existential crisis or identity crisis that sometimes a lot of us battle with. Sometimes, we'll battle with it in different seasons. You may be good right now, but maybe 10 years down the line when there's some transitions and things in your life, you may be, left with the question again. And so knowing what to do with that, moving forward. And this is good. This is the reason why it's good to have good company. Like I said, people who are for you, they're whole, they're healed, they experience a lot of things you've experienced, but they're on the other side. And to be in a room with people who made it through what you've gone through and are on the other side, wouldn't that be powerful? Wouldn't that be strengthening? And so that's what Single Woman of Purpose tour is all about. Conference is all about. Getting in a room with a whole lot of, I call sister girlfriends, because that's what it's going to be while we're in the room together, and learning how to heal each other. And you don't have to be hands-on. It's something that you do, something that you may say may really inspire and help someone to become healed, help someone to let their stuff out so they can move forward. And so my book, again, talks a lot about that. I share a lot of my own experiences from my childhood, the traumas that I've experienced, growing up in the projects and dealing with molestation and almost raped and dropping out of school. And all kinds of things that I dealt with, and girls who just didn't like me for no reason. There was a reason, but their own insecurities and self-worth issues. But when you're young, you're not really consciously thinking about that. When you're young, you're trying to fit in with somebody's group. That's part of development, adolescent development, finding out who you are. And then you try to find a group of people that you belong to, or environment that you feel good and that you can be nurtured and cultivated, and the things, your purpose, things that you were created for, and not knowing that you will deal with the crisis, identity crisis. And that's when people tend to go off by themselves. And some people, if it increases to a high level where it's become very dysfunctional, they call it antisocial disorder. People actually live with that. Some people misinterpret those issues because there is a personality type called introverted. But there's some people I've run into where they use that introverted thing as a barrier, an excuse, or because they never really had those type of social groups that they fit in with, or people they connected with. A group of people don't have to be 10 people. If you got one or two good girlfriends or guy friends, that's all you need a lot of times, just to do things in life. Get out there and socialize. It's so healthy when you do that. Like I said, I always say you open up a new world for yourself. You meet other people. You don't know who has the key to get you through a particular door, to help you step into your purpose. You never know where that key lies. So you have to come out of that shell. You have to come out of that pit. You have to come out of that prison that you put yourself in. And let me tell you, the people that I've known and experienced, and the people that I've helped, and even myself, when I done that, when I allowed myself, and I was always social, so I wasn't an introvert, so I didn't really have issues in that area. But I know why I was able to achieve certain things, why I was able to keep a positive mindset, is because I've always surrounded myself with positive people, because that's how I was even as a child, even going through the stuff that I've gone through. I always look for the rainbow, I always look for the other end of the tunnel, or the positive side of things. And that's what kept me. I know that's what kept my sanity, because I really should have been on somebody's medication today. Let's be real. If I would have went to the doctor with all the stuff that I experienced growing up with nightmares, still urinating on myself as I got probably like maybe 6, 7, 8, 9 years old sometime, because I've experienced trauma. I didn't know back then it was time. My mother probably didn't know neither that it was connected to the things I've gone through as a child and seen abuse and a lot of different things. And so when I became aware of that, and that's really when I got older, I didn't really think about it much, like I said, because there was some particular groups that I was involved in as I grew up that was good in my life. So I didn't really concentrate too much on what I've gone through. I really focused on moving forward and healing, but also I've learned as a Christian, as in my Christian walk, one of the best groups I joined was being in the church and learning how to heal and understanding that God had something for me and I was special and I was fearful and I was wonderfully made. And so I've learned a lot of that just being in church by itself and learning how to give those traumas over to God. I might not have called it a trauma in my childhood and my adolescence when I really started going to church a lot, but I knew there was issues. I know there was fears, there was insecurities, and I gave them to God. Literally, like, God, you got to take this. I used to hear the older women say, Lord, take this. They just gave things to the Lord. And so I learned under these women who are elders who teach us, because we lead by example. And I used to hear them say stuff, and then I started saying that and owning in my own self. God, you take this. I can't deal with this. I'm giving it all to you. I'm washing my hands with. I used to hear people say, I'm washing my hands and I'm giving it to the Lord. And I've just learned to do that. And that was my saving grace. So everybody has a different journey of healing. But if you want to know more about me, and I'm going to be posting some more things about the Single Woman of Purpose Tour. So I'm just like at the beginning, what stage am I? The EGOT stage, the embryonic stage of putting together this conference that I really want to go in different cities. But I'm going to probably start here in Richmond, Virginia, where I live at currently, and then, move it along and just really get around and do some kind of city tour or something. So I'm still connecting with people because I really want to get the word out, because I know there's a lot of people, a lot of you women sitting out there, and you're hurting and you're in pain by yourself. You're suffering. You're hurting, you're wounded, and you need to be in good company. I want you to be in good company. I want you to make new connections with other people that are beyond your sphere. Sometimes you have to get from beyond your environment or the people that are around you and go out into the outer courts and the outer circles in life, outside of your circumference, your environment, and meet other people. You don't have to always connect with somebody locally. There may not be those people there that you need to be around. So you need to be in a room like this, like the Single Women of Purpose conferences. You need to be in that. And I do want to make it a retreat too, but we'll talk about that down the line. But anyway, that's all I really want to talk about today. Just what that good sister girlfriend relationship is like. We can help each other grow, network, help our businesses and our career endeavors, and whatever your journey is, whether you're in ministry or whatever it is you're trying to do. There's power in girlfriend relationships. I know for me, the reason why I was able to heal quicker, like when I went through my divorce and certain things, is because I had really good girlfriends around me. Somebody's shoulder to lean on, somebody's shoulder to cry on, somebody's shoulder I can boo-hoo. Just get it all out. Snot, tears, no judgment. No judgment zone. That's what it is. And able to do that and still heal. And they heal, praying for me and holding me or rubbing my back. Even if they're not there in person. Just knowing that they're there. I'm on the phone, chatting, texting, whatever. Just connecting with me and feeling like I'm not alone. That alone is healing. Just knowing that you're not alone. You're not by yourself. You can actually feel people's love. And that's what we need more of. Love, real love. But a lot of times, like I said, sometimes we can't embrace that unless we get healed ourselves and move on. Another thing about the Single Woman of Purpose Tour as well, we talking not only about relationships and sisterhood, we're going to be talking about financial literacy. I'm just getting educated on a lot of things that we didn't know. Or sometimes when you get lost or you just out there or you make mistakes, or you went through some experiences like abandonment or divorce or whatever, and you got to pick your life back up. You really getting your life back together again. there's some new lessons we have to learn, or there's some restructuring and adjustments that we have to make. And so it's good to just be educated about a lot of things when it comes to finances, when it comes to parenting, learning how to parent well. Again, the relationships, business, entrepreneurship, self-esteem, confidence, so much that I want you to be fed. When you come to a Single Woman of Purpose group, I want you to be fed by the different speakers who will come along with their expertise and their experiences. So a lot of times we go to these conferences and seminars, and we see people on stage and we just think they have arrived. Some of us are just sharing our story. We're healed enough to share our story. And some of us are just completely 100% whole. Doesn't mean we don't have issues, but whole where we can really show you what it looks like to be whole, and just giving you life strategies that'll really help you come up, help you level up emotionally, mentally, spiritually. I want there to be word there, God's word, just to lift you up. Because I know at the end of the day, that's what's really going to heal you. It's going to be some word from God. I just know it. But anyway, thanks a lot for tuning in. Again, my name is Cheryl White Howard. If you want to go to my website and find out more about me, go to www.CherylWhiteHoward.com or www.CherylWhiteHoward.com or www.GetYLifeBack.com. I'm also on Facebook. I have a Facebook page called Cheryl White Howard /Get Your Life Back. And please visit my YouTube channel. Well, I just have a lot of videos of great stuff, life strategies, transformational strategies about how to heal emotionally. So I'm talking about emotional management, stress management, relationships, entrepreneurship. A lot of good things for men and women on my YouTube channel. So don't forget, go make sure you subscribe so you can stay updated with all of my upcoming events, my latest videos, things because anything I do like this one, I'm going to put this on YouTube too, so you can even watch it again. And I got to do a part 2 because I know there's some more things I really wanted to get into. But thanks again for your company. Blessings and peace.